What's up, YouTube? Capital G here. Looks like this is the feature match for round 3 from the North American WCQs. It is Jarel Winston and Brian McDermott. Saterllarknights versus Spirit Beast. Makes me feel good that I picked Spirit Beast and Jarel's playing it. We know that in years past, Jarel has made 3rd place at Nationals. Should have actually potentially won a Nationals. The one that he was playing with Chaos Dragons. So anyways, if he gets another copy of a Ritual Beast monster, he should be okay. I think he has double Mistake in his hand. This might be a little difficult to play through. I'd probably set both Mistakes, but he doesn't really know, he really doesn't know what he's playing against. So, you know, it's not like he can fully commit to the board, and he doesn't have any play stopping cards. I mean, he could get completely wrecked by a, who knows, you know, like maybe an Exiton play where your opponent like discards one or something like that. So he doesn't know what he's playing against. Oh, Mistake is already live. I was gonna say, Mistake against Saterllarknights is amazing because not only Deneb and all the Deneb time, or all the times you want to use Deneb, but then reinforcements of the army. The only thing that it stops in Saterllarknights, or excuse me, in Spirit Beast, is Kanahawk. Like, that's the only card that it stops. It's Kanahawk's ability to constantly search. So he has Mind Crush, Breakthrough Skill. Those are probably the 2 cards that he has set. I can't really see what he drew. Thunder King Ryo cannot use his effect though. The effect to launch itself to the graveyard, it totally can't use that effect because Dimensional Fissure is on the board. So that effect is essentially useless. He's summoning Elder. I assume he's going to try and attempt to get the double summon effect. I could be wrong about this, but even if you break through skill that, I believe it is a condition, much like Evil Swarm Caster. So he's going to activate Rampingu. I believe that's what he summons. That must be a female judge because a lot of rings on that hand. Okay. So he's showing, I think that's Ultimate Apelio. Not 100% sure. Oh wow, that is a dude. I just saw all those rings or jewelry on the hand. I was like, okay, well, whatever. So looks like he's going to banish, regular Apelio. Okay. Yeah, just keep in mind if he does contact Fuse, there's nothing Brian can do about it for the most part. At least not with Thunder King. He can't stop it. Thunder King must send itself to the graveyard, which it cannot do because Dimensional Fissure is on the field. To be honest, neither player is going to be searching anything because of Thunder King plus Mistake. Like, searching's just not going to happen. And I guess I was semi-right about the whole Mistake thing. Or excuse me, Thunder King Ryo being like the card that a lot of people are going to side deck or maybe even main deck. So I wouldn't be shocked here if he just went into Ultimate Apelio and just attacked. And then maybe contact outed and then kind of ended with like the Ultimate Pelifin. That seems like that would be a really strong play. I can't see what that is, if that's Pedalfin or if that's, okay, so it is Pedalfin. He's going to put that baby in defense mode. He has Spirit Beast Ambush and another copy of Mistake. And little does he know that, no, if you're trying to signal Ryo, you can't use it because you can't send it to the graveyard, bro. Whoa, what? Hold on. I gotta see what's happening here.
So, although he would be able to negate the infusion of Ritual Beast normally because they're inherent, he cannot do so because of Dimensional Fissure, as we mentioned.
Okay, I was trying to see. I was like, what the hell? Are they letting him use Thunder King Ryo with Dimensional Fissure on the board? Cause okay, now we can't even see the field, which is awesome. All right, there we go. So he couldn't activate the or he couldn't activate Ryo's effect. And it's funny because I swear he was saying he could use this effect. I'm like, bro, read Dimensional Fissure, okay? You can't fucking send Ryo to the graveyard. I wonder if he has Book of Moon or something like that, because that will totally not be destroyed by Raigeki. Believe me, I tried that. I tried that in the Yugi Tuber tournament. It doesn't work.
Cannot be destroyed by card effects. Other than that Raigeki that,
Okay, so, for everybody out there who says Capital G needs to read cards, I'm not the only one, apparently. You guys, everybody makes it such a big deal. Cap, read cards. I'm telling you guys, nobody reads cards. You see him just blindly throw a Raigeki. Believe me, I did the same exact play. You just think, all right, I'm gonna throw my Raigeki out there, I'm gonna get it, and no, it does not work. If you know anything about Spirit Beast, you know that Petalfin is immune to destruction from monster effects, or excuse me, from actually I think it's everything. Petalfin cannot be destroyed by card effects, so you can't Torrential it, you can't Raigeki it, you can't Dark Hole it, all that good stuff. And he activates, looks like Jarel is going to activate Ritual Beast Ambush, and it could have been an end phase, main phase too. Well, he didn't have a main phase, so he didn't attack, I don't think. Activates Breakthrough Skill on what? Okay, so he's activating Breakthrough Skill on one of those guys, probably on Rampingu, so that he can't send more stuff to be banished. Unfortunately, like, Jarel is in such a good position right now. All he has to do is just make Apelio, the ultimate version, and just attack. He already got a free +1, and that's what he's gonna do. He already got an instant +1 off of the Raigeki. Like, he's in a position right here. I don't know if he needs to summon that, to be honest. Like, Mirror Force would clean him out, but it looks like there is no Mirror Force, so Thunder King Ryo gets banished. That card got deleted. He's gonna hit him for a ton of damage. The upstart that he did earlier in the duel is just, it's gonna be so irrelevant now. He'll probably smack him with the regular Apelio as well. Looks like he's gonna banish, Ritual Beast Ambush to get 500 more. I mean, why not? It serves no purpose in the graveyard, to be honest. So, like, why not just activate the little Apelio's effect and get 500 more damage? And you see that he did a mess of damage there. His opponent was 9,000 life points, so I believe he may have been actually, no, I don't think he was over 9,000, but he had a lot of life points. That's all you need to know. I think he has an Altier in his hand that is utterly useless because it can't kill anything on the board. And I don't know what he drew. If it's a reactive trap, it had better be a Mirror Force. If it's something like Solemn Warning or Torrential, there's a good chance he could lose within the next 2 turns. He could technically lose this turn. He's gonna summon Altier, which to me just screams, I have Alpha Nova in my back row and I'm waiting for you to activate a card. If I'm Jarel Winston, I'm not drinking the Kool-Aid. I'm just gonna attack with Ultimate Apelio. I'm not activating anything. I'm not gonna activate the little Apelio's effect. I'm just gonna attack. I'm gonna attack with my big Apelio who has the Star Reader. I'm just gonna call your bluff, which I know you don't have anything back there. You probably have an Alpha Nova. You probably just wanted to see if I'll be dumb and activate like an MST or something stupid. Technically, no, wait, check that. He can't even use Alpha Nova anyway because you have to send something to the graveyard as well. So yeah, Dimensional Fissure is really crippling Brian McDermott's deck right now. It just dawned on me because I was thinking of the old Dark Law versus Alpha Nova. Yeah, you can't, even if he had Alpha Nova, he can't use it anyway. So, those 2 floodgates are just getting it in right now. The Ryo is useless. He didn't get to the Neb search turn 1. And I think he just drew Alpha Nova. I'm fairly certain that that's a counter trap he just drew. Oh, he had Solemn Warning. Oh, he drew Solemn Warning. Okay. It looked like a purple card. And I'm like, I think that's a counter trap. I think I saw the counter trap, logo. So game 1 goes to Spirit Beast. I'm going to say that was dominating fashion. And you know what? I don't even think Jarel opened super strong because he only had 1 monster. He didn't have the ability to get the Kanahawk, but he had the floodgates, and Mistake definitely did the job here. And I actually think that I think it's a good pick because, I mean, how much do the E-Tellies really help your deck? Like, you already have 3 copies of Elder anyway, so it's like, you have ways of getting the Kanahawk, but wouldn't you rather just have Mistake and be able to auto beat Cleafort? Oh, you activate Summoner's Art, flip over Mistake, I win the duel. Wouldn't you rather just be able to auto win against Necros? Again, the only time that Spirit Beasts search are when they're using the Canahawk. That's the only time. It's when they're using the ultimate version of Canahawk. Everything else is drawing. I don't think Spirit Beasts play Pot of Duality. And then you can just, again, you can auto beat Saterllarknights too, because no Rhoda, no Pot of Duality, no Deneb. If you can't use Deneb and Rhoda, like half of your deck is basically useless. So it looks like they're just shuffling up. Jarel has, wow, that might be the shiniest Spirit Beast deck I think I've ever seen in my life. You know what's kind of funny is this might be the mildest hairdo Jarel has ever rocked to a Nationals or a YCS for that matter. Just regular clean cut, maybe a little bit of a mohawk action going on, but I mean, in the past we've seen this dude. I remember when Cosmo Blazer came out and he took a Fire Fist to a YCS and he dyed his hair. It was like yellow and red and stuff like that. So I actually thought that was really cool, but just trying to make conversation while they're shuffling. Let's see what, if I'm McDermott, I'm probably going to want to take first as much as I hate that. I think that letting Spirit Beast go first is probably a mistake. Mainly because I want to be able to set my back row. Especially he's playing Breakthrough Skill. So if he's playing Breakthrough Skill, that means he's probably not running a ton of battle traps. Like he may be running double Mirror Force and like no D prisons, but I seriously doubt he's running like 3 of each or something like that. I think he's running Mind Crush as well. We did see that in the main deck. Again, that card's only good against Canahawk and that's it. And usually you're only going to be able to get a trap out of their hand. You're not going to be able to get a monster. So it's not like you're going to be breaking up plays with the Mind Crushes like you would against Necros or potentially, a deck like Saterllarknights where your opponent may summon Vega and you can just Mind Crush the Altier in their hand and then just stop the play completely. Or the Deneb or something like that. So you're not really breaking up plays with Mind Crush. If you're using it against Spirit Beasts, I would probably side those out too. Cause it's too situational. Like only time you're going to use it is when they have Ultimate Canahawk. Alright, so not sure who's going first. I believe McDermott, he kind of pointed to himself, or at least he looked at the judge. I think he might be going first. Both players have 5 in their hand, so I can't really tell. I think McDermott is probably going to go first. He has an out. If he's going first, it's not good because he has an Altier in his hand, and you don't ever really want Altier in your opening hand with Saterllarknights. Ideally, you want to search that. I think there might be Galaxy Cyclone. Ooh, that hand is butt. He has a, from what I can see, he has a Vega and an Altier. That's fucking terrible. I think he has a Vega, an Altier, a Galaxy Cyclone, and like a Book of Moon. If he's going first, there's a good chance he can lose just off his hand being that bad. I mean, you probably would want to go into Bujin Tsukuyomi, but like that's not even a good play. Cause that's just it's a neg 1 and you're not paying yourself back. And I think that's what he's going to go for. Unless he's running Giant Hand, which, okay, nope. He's going to go for something different. He's going for the Planeteer Saterllarknight. Okay. I'm thinking maybe during the end phase, he'll try and stack a material onto it and then go for another play. Yeah, I think he has Book of Moon, Galaxy Cyclone. I really just don't know what any of those cards do. Like, even if he goes into like Pallades, I don't really know if that stops Spirit Beast. Cause like, if Jarel has like a Dark Hole or Regeki or a Book of Moon, you just lose. And Jarel has MST, so your Book of Moon is irrelevant. Alright, so he is gonna stack Diamond under it. And he'll probably detach and maybe go into Pallades. His back row's gone. He's never even gonna use the Book of Moon. Cause, that's gonna be met with, Mystical Space Typhoon. He has Dimensional Prison, or excuse me, D-Fissure, Macrocosmos. Has tons of banishing stuff. Alright. I think he's throwing out the Mystical Space Typhoon on the back row. You know, the funny thing is, if he would have actually activated, if he would have just went into Pallades, he could have had Pallades on board, and when Jarel went to MST, the back row, he could have bounced the Book of Moon to his hand. I mean, his Pallades would have been used up, but it's a legitimate play, I'm just saying. It looks like he's just going to normal summon Rampingu, try and activate the effect. I said in my DN dual commentary, I don't quite understand the love of, I'm not quite understanding the love of Galaxy Cyclone against Spirit Beast. I mean, maybe he's trying to, so he is going to go into Pallades. I just don't think that does much. You only get one use of Pallades. I mean, maybe it can get you home, but I don't know. Maybe it can get you there. Let's see what's going to happen here. It just looks like he's so down in card advantage. And he has another copy of Vega in his hand. So he's just going to bounce Rampingu back to Jarel's hand. Jarel will probably set his Macrocosmos. And now if Galaxy Cyclone is ruled that it will still destroy the face down. Okay, I guess that's how it's ruled. All right, well, you know what? At least he gets to pop the D-Fissure. Okay, so he summons Vega. Did he get Deneb? He did get Deneb. All right, there's a time that he might be able to make some plays here. If he can get this through, there's a good chance that he can make some legitimate plays, because he'll get out here, obviously. He'll probably attack for a good amount of damage. I would not make Tsukiyumi. I'd just leave the Altier in my hand. Jarel's hand is flooded with monsters right now, unless Jarel can get like Steeds or something like that. So Jarel's gonna eat a lot of battle damage. I mean, the Altier, I mean, the Deb was like a great top deck. Deneb wrote the same thing, but that was just a fantastic top deck off the top. If he didn't get that, if he would have gotten just, I don't know, another Tellarknight that wasn't that good, that wasn't Deneb, honestly, or Altier, I guess he would have been in a bad position. Alright, so Jarel's down to 28. And see, this is where Giant Hand comes in handy. This is where if Konami had Giant Hand for everybody, you just go on the Giant Hand and don't even think about it. Although Daigusto Emerald is another good choice. You have you got a bunch of monsters in your graveyard. I mean, just shuffle them all back, get yourself a new card. Alright, so he's going for Daigusto Emerald. And I mean, I'd send back the Diamond. I'd send basically everything that wasn't Deneb. Yeah, send back all the, what's it called? No, he's going to send back everything except, or no, he doesn't have a Deneb in his graveyard. What the hell am I talking about? He's sending everything except, Vega. Okay. And then he'll get a new draw. Obviously, if you're McDermott, you want yourself a trap. A breakthrough skill would be fantastic here. And did he get a monster? I think it might have been okay. Couldn't have been a monster because he said it. I didn't actually see what it was because he's had Altier in his hand the whole time. Jarel he had too much of a good thing, with the what's it called? The macro and the dimensional fissure. Open dimensional fissure both games. What he really needs is an Elder. Like, that's what he definitely needed. So I don't know what he drew, but he needs an Elder would be great here. This is actually the situation where teleport would be the nuts. So he got another knock. I don't know if that really does anything, to be honest. Like, I don't know if he's gonna be able to live through next turn. And it looks like the guy activated a breakthrough skill. I think we're going to game 3. Yeah, I think we're probably going to go to game 3. To be honest, all Brian really has to do is just summon and attack. Like, just not even use Altier's effect. You can just win through battle damage. He uses Galaxy Cyclone to pop the Dimensional Fissure. And yeah, just he has an evac in his hand. Yeah, this is definitely over. Okay, those two attacks should be game, and it is game. Jarel had too many monsters in his hand and no way to really use them. He needed an Elder desperately there, because he just needed to be able to get rid of cards in his hand. It's funny because McDermott opened terrible. Anytime you open with, even with the Pallades, if you open with, Altier plus Vega, it just doesn't really do much. Pallades is, I guess, the best play there. I think Giant Hand's a better play, but nobody really has Giant Hand. Tsukiyomi is like a desperation play. You dump your hand and try and draw a couple of cards. Hopefully you can set a couple of, your spells and traps, maybe get rid of a dead card, or you can get rid of like a Galaxy Cyclone, use it from the graveyard or whatever if you're citing that. I guess he felt like he could pop a back row and then get rid of Mistake. So yeah, I guess it kind of makes sense, because Jarel's main decking Mistake. Most Spirit Beasts aren't main decking Mistake. And they're going to game 3. If I'm not mistaken, I just saw Chaos Trap Hole in Jarel's deck. So we see a Trap Stun. Jarel's probably thinking about some of his cards he might want to side out. So like Trap Stun, for instance. If you're planning on going first, I don't think Trap Stun's really that good. I'd rather just have explosive cards. I'd rather just have cards that get me to my combo turn 1, ideally. If I draw a Trap Stun going first, I feel like that's just dead weight. I have to wait until my next turn to use it effectively, and that's if I have, the right setup and whatnot. I'd rather just have cards that can be more proactive. I'd rather just have defensive cards be out. I'd rather have a Chaos Chapel, which I always know should be live against Saterllarknights. Every single turn, you should summon a Saterllarknight monster, unless you already have a buku field of stacked monsters. But I know every single turn in the first 2 or 3 turns, Chaos Chapel will be live. Looks like he's bringing the Mistakes back in. I think I saw Artifact Lancia. So he set it out. I believe his MSTs and his ups are Goblins to bring in more hate cards. Taking out Dimensional Fit. Oh, no. Okay. I thought maybe he was taking out Dimensional Fissure. I like Dimensional. He's taking out Macro. Okay. Yeah, Macro does seem like it could be a little slow in this matchup. I like Dimensional Fissure because you can play it and your opponent can't use hand traps, like Effect Veiler or something like that. So, same thing for Artifact Lancia, which people love. Well, no, they can chain Artifact Lancia, but they can't use Effect Veiler. So, also Ghost, Ogre, and Snow Rabbit, they can't use that either, because I believe that has to go to the graveyard as well. Alright, so I'm gonna assume that Jarel's gonna go first. This is a matchup where both players are just gonna keep picking first. Mainly, I think they just want to set up first. I think that McDermott wanted to set back row, but he didn't get any. So, against Spirit Beast, yeah, you want to have, with all the reactive traps that you run in Saterllarknights, you want to be able to use some of them during your first turn. It's not like Spirit, especially, well, he doesn't know Jarel's not running Teleport, so I guess you really can't take that into consideration. I wonder if either player is playing Vanity's Emptiness. If you have Vanities plus Macro, that's a hell of a lock. Jarel sided out Macro, so that will be irrelevant here. Let's see who's going to take this game. Going to game 3, it seems to be much quicker. I think I see a Call to Haunted or Rhoda. I'm going to say McDermott's hand looks great. I think he might even have Alpha Nova in his hands. Jarel has, I believe, an Ambush, Regeki, 3 monsters. One of them is Laura, I believe. I think he has a Laura and a Wind. Nope, that's a Steeds. Yep, that is definitely Spirit Beast Steeds. He might have too much of a good thing with Regeki and Steeds. This may be not that great of a hand for him. A hand where maybe he would have probably wanted to go second, but you never know what's going to happen. Unless he has an Elder and I just didn't see it. Alright, so he summons Rampingu. Gonna activate that effect. And what's he gonna show? He's showing Conahawk to send the little Conahawk to the graveyard. Okay. I think Jarel just has to survive a couple of turns. I mean, he definitely needs some good traps. Alright, set Spirit Beast Steeds. Because if I'm not mistaken, I think that McDermott has Rhoda. I think he has Call of the Haunted. So he may have Mystical Space Typhoon, which would definitely be the be all end all in this matchup. Yep, there's that MST. Ritual Beast Steeds is gone. Call of the Hunt. Yeah, dude, I don't know. That hand looks damn amazing. With Call of the Haunted and Alpha Nova, that's usually one of those hands where you can just win. Especially if you have Rhoda, so he already has Deneb in his hand. I'm pretty sure he's going to search for Vega. Yeah, you'd probably search for Vega. I think I'd even consider, yeah, if it was me, I'd probably try and set up a turn one win here. I'd even go for Tsukiyumi. I'd get rid of my Altair in my hand. I'd set everything, and then during the draw phase, I would immediately Call of the Haunted. And if that Call of the Haunted resolves, I've won the game because not only am I going to go another plus with the Deneb, but I'm going to have Alpha Nova too. As good as Spirit Beast is, if he resolves that Call of the Haunted and he goes for Tsukiyumi, he'll win this duel. He'll win this duel off advantage alone. I'm not saying that he will go for the. I personally would. Because you can attack over Rampingu and get your cards as well. That's assuming he does play Tsukiyumi. If he's playing like Constellar, or if he's playing Pallades and all that, then he might not have space for Tsukiyumi. Like that's a lot of space basically that you have to commit. Now I think Rampingu is like 1600 attack, so he does have to exceed, and you have to exceed into something that can detach materials. So like you're gonna either, at the very least, you want to go into like Castel. Otherwise, the Call of the Haunted. Oh, he has 2 Alpha Novas? What? Oh my god. That is ridiculous. Yeah, I'm not, man, that's like a god hand basically. That's one of those hands where Necros would need like Royal Decree turn 1 to beat you. I would definitely go for Tsukiyumi. So he's going for Castel. And he's only doing this because he just wants to detach the materials. He wants to get the monster off board, detach the materials, know that he can essentially Call of the Haunted, have 2 Alpha Novas to negate everything Jarel throws at him, and then he can still have Altair for even more like times to use Alpha Nova. I think that, I don't want to overreact. I think that Jarel has about, his percentages of winning this duel are very, very low. Like, could be even in the single digits here. Jarel drew a Ritual Beast Steeds. And the problem is he just doesn't have any back row destruction. Now, I think Brian, if he has not immediately activated Call of the Haunted, I'm not sure why. I think he's really messing up. Like, he's letting Jarel potentially come back. And I don't see any reason for it. Because I'd want to be able to stop the first thing that Jarel, or I'd want the option to stop everything that Jarel does. I mean, you don't know Jarel has what's it called? Looks like he has Elder. Wow, that can actually, that's the card he definitely needed. He has pretty much every Ritual Beast that he could want in his hand. So he's gonna flip over nope. Only cards you can use is Call of the Haunted. The question here is, will he go for Vega or will he go for the Deneb? I'd go for Deneb, honestly. I feel like Vega's a little bit of an overextension. So, I believe he actually chose to go for Vega, which will give him his Altair. Now, you know what? It's not an overextension, because you're basically getting 2, yeah, he has 2 Alpha Novas. Okay, that's fine. I mean, he's gonna be able to negate the Regeki anyway. He knows he has pretty much anything covered that Jarel could throw at him. Unless he can somehow attack over all of those Saterllarknights. But then he'd still have to worry about the Alpha. He'd need like a solemn warning then. Jarel would. Alright, so Regeki's gonna get one of those Alpha Novas. Again, I don't believe that Elder actually activates. I think it's a condition. Okay, one of those is gone. He'll probably give up Deneb. Alright, so yeah, he'll activate Nova. He'll probably give up the Deneb. It's in defense mode, so it's the monster that I'd give up I'd be most likely to give up. Especially because I want it in the graveyard anyway, because I'm pretty sure he searched Altier with the Deneb. Alright, so he gave that up. And Jarel's gonna summon, I believe that is Lara. Yeah, unfortunately, I just don't think this play is gonna work either. Yeah, I don't think this play is gonna work, because I think he's gonna be met with it's gonna be met with another Nova. And that really sucks. He drew a Mind Crush, which isn't really gonna do much. And I think that Elder's attack is extremely low. I think it's something like 200. And he drew a Galaxy. That on Steeds. Nope, looks like he's not gonna set Steeds. Alright, he should just Trevor him now. Even if he cut Trevor down to 1, Trevor plus Call to Haunted is game against most decks. Castell is kind of irrelevant. Just go for the advantage. Basically once you make Trevor, you just constantly recycle your Call of the Haunteds. So I believe he's gonna go for Trevor now. Trevor, the realest nigga in the game, you guys better recognize. He is gonna go for Trevor. Mainly it's just to bounce Call of the Haunted. And to, essentially make a +1 at the same time. Cause you're taking a card out of your opponent's hand as well. So he sees the Elder again. Jarel shuffles his hand up. He's detaching Altier to take out Apelio. It's going to take 2100. And then it's going to set Mind Crush at his Call of the Haunted again. I think Jarel... okay. Then he's going to... What's it called? He's going to Mind Crush the Elder. Oh, Lord. Yeah, man. That's really bad. Drawing the Trap Stun. I think he'll probably summon... I think he has an Altier in his hand, right? He should. He's going to blast that Galaxy Cyclone. He's going to chain it. Or excuse me, he's going to chain the Trap Stun. He could chain Call of the Haunted here, which is what I would do. Because I don't know if he can push for game here. I'd try, though. Jarel has no resources now. Yep, he's going to chain Call of the Haunted. I would have too. Because I want to see, honestly, if I can push for game. I think going for Vega is the better choice. If you have Altier in your hand. Yeah, Trap Stun is Chain Link 2. Call of the Haunted is Chain Link 3. So, Call of the Haunted will resolve Jarel. Let me see what they're saying. Okay, yeah. Call of the Haunted is Chain Link, what's it called? Or did he not chain? As long as he chained, he's good. Cause you have to remember, he has, whatever he does in battle damage, he add 800 to it. He may be able to kill him now. Okay, so he is gonna use Altier's effect. Alright, I was making sure that he didn't randomly do that. Okay, so I think he's able to kill him. Cause he's doing 29, 17, what is Vega's attack? 1200, I think? I don't want to have to look out bring out my deck and then just show him Cowboy for 800. And that's definitely game. So yeah, whatever. Oh my God. And he drew another Alpha Nova, man. And Jarel's just showing him, man, you open broke. And, I thought that there was, when he resolved that Call of the Haunted and he got the 3 Saterllarknights on board, he was actually right making the, Vega play and not the Deneb play, because that allowed him to use both Novas during that turn. That's one of those setups that Saterllarknights are just not gonna lose pretty much to any deck. It doesn't matter if you're playing Cleafort, Necraw, it doesn't matter. Because even if your opponent even if they get through both alphas, you've drawn 2 more cards anyway. Like, you're not going, you're replenishing your hand as they just lose resources. And then during the next turn, you just Trevor him and it's just like, all right, that's a wrap. So, Spirit Beast losing in the first featured match, doesn't make me feel great about my prediction, but we'll see what happens in the rest of the tournament.